Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. Hopefully, we have liftoff. I'll wait till Scout says yes. I'll keep eating my quiche. Oh, this is so yummy. Two-minutes of silence. That's always a great way to start a live. Yay! Cool. I'll just turn off my little Bluetooth speaker too. Okay, turn that off. Well, it might just be you and me after all, Scout. I was just going to do a quick little live. I'm driving back to Dodgy. I've got to stop and get some petrol. This quiche is so good. So yeah, sorry, it's a bit of ASMR at the moment. Yum, it's ham, cheese and tomato. My day is going great. It's only just 3 minutes till midday. So it's really just been a morning so far. Got up, made a cup of tea, fed Sunny Bum, went back to bed. She came in for her head massage. Then I got up, went for a walk on the beach. Came home, I've done some washing. Messaged a few people, catching up with Scotty this afternoon. Getting a few things ready to go back to work tomorrow. Have made a few appointments, all that kind of stuff. And then I just ran in here because my friend who was on MasterChef, he and his mates got into a discussion that ginger nut biscuits taste different between each state of Australia. So Scotty asked, I have been busy, it's a regrouping day, but I'm putting together a box of things, Tasmanian stuff to send up to Scotty. So I bought the Tasmanian ginger nut biscuits, but I just went into a local reject shop and I don't know if they're going to fit in the screen. Found these. So they're Tesco, Ms. Molly's. Oh no, I hope I didn't break them. Ginger nuts, and they're actually made in Ireland. So I was really excited. Another friend of mine here in Tassie managed to find a New Zealand packet down here too. So the taste test has gone international. But I seriously just spent $23 on a mountain of stuff from Tesco. Olive oils, almond meal, flours. What else did I get? Balsamic vinegar, smooth peanut butter. Like for $23, I just got like a heap of pantry staples. But my sister-in-law is home and she's English. Well, she's not home yet. She's still in quarantine in Melbourne. But when she gets home, I was thinking I might have to go back in there and just do up like a little belated birthday. That quiche was so good. Like a belated birthday little hamper of stuff from Tesco because they've got like little English jellies and biscuits and a whole heap of shit tea bags. She's actually become really good friends with the England's High Commissioner's wife, and apparently they're just up the road and they get a lot of English stuff shipped in, and Nikki gets a lot of Australian stuff shipped in. I mean, that's the whole point of an embassy, is to show off the country you're representing. But hopefully, I'll find something that she hasn't been able to get from her friend in Singapore. But the reason it's called Schitt's Tubes. Let's take a swig of my delicious coffee. I wish I could show you this coffee. I love coffee cups that make a bit of an effort with designs and stuff. I don't think it's going to be able to focus. This one is so pretty. It's really pretty. But yeah, I can't show it to you. Hang on. No, it won't even turn on the bracket. I've screwed that bracket so bloody tight. Yeah, I got some Irish breakfast tea. I'm trying to think what else I've got. Oh, some crisp breads and some stock cubes, quite a few different baking things. But anyway, let's hit the frog and toad and talk about Schitt's Tubes. And no, I won't be bitching about YouTube. Quite the opposite. In the last 3-ish years since I've been flouncing around YouTube, not flouncing, that's like bye Felicia, bouncing around a YouTube. You don't know me at all. G'day Groover, how you doing? Ever since I discovered channels that go live and communities outside of the do-it-yourself how-to videos and music videos that used to be my YouTube playground, there's barely been a week where a YouTube creator hasn't said something along the lines of, this place has gone to shit, our community's fucked, this community's ruined. Thanks for the caps reminder. Um, just negative connotations about YouTube. Yeah, they still continue to be there and they continue to go live. And you know what? Yeah, there's heaps of shit that happens on YouTube. I describe the true crime Chris Watts community that dragged me into the world of YouTube lives as being a dive bar at the edge of a city, and there's this whole city full of gin bars on rooftops and waterfront bars and other places to hang out. But for some reason, we all just kept going back to that scummy little dive bar with the sticky carpet and just fighting with the same people. But that little dive bar is still part of Schitt's Tubes, and it's where we live. And yeah, okay, some pretty crazy shit has happened on YouTube in the 3 years almost that I've been frolicking. But it's no different to a city in the real world. Not everything's rainbows, unicorns, and lollipops. I looked at daubs in the mask. Oh, thank you. I not like it. Not a fan. I mean, my mask was cute, but it's an Indigenous Australian dot print fabric. The other one that I flew over in is pretty as well. But yeah, that was an experience because we've never had to wear them here. Um, but I can say I've done it, survived it. Oh, so I moved the bracket a bit before. Now it's loose again. Um, I'm going to go and get some petrol, and then we're going to go down to the chat spot because I actually love Schitt tubes with all of its kooky personalities and all of its drama and all of its weirdness. Not really a fan of the meanness, but no one's forcing me to watch the meanness. It has changed, Scout, but it's going to change again and again and again. And I'm here to say that I fucking love it, warts and all. And as far as I'm concerned, oh shit! All right. I hope you like the sky. I can't adjust it while I'm driving, so I'll pull over. I'll pull over up here and sort this out. It has changed, but any city changes when new people arrive in the city and little cliques start to form and people get confident. Like I was only thinking about it this morning, back when I first came to the YouTubes, a lot of shit would go down in chat, like kind of mean girl, nasty comments and stuff, right? But a lot of those people have now got channels. So they've taken the sort of snippety doodah comments and out of chat and now have a platform for them to, yeah, safety first. Look, there is a lot more, but that's what I was getting to. Like it dawned on me today that when I used to see people in chat that were just mean girls and just being nasty, I was like, oh well, I'm not going to follow them because they're not a lot of fun. But now a lot of them have got channels, right? I don't like the cruelty and meanness either, and I'm quite happy to stay away. However, for those of you out there who do dig that shit, there are channels for you, and you may as well go and frolic there, right? Um, if the little dive bar, safety third, um, if the dive bar is where you wish to be, then be there. If you want to go to a sewing channel and learn how to make a moo then that is where you can frolic. Even, and I know this will be controversial, but even the scammers, like the original scammer I stumbled across was Analyzer, faking cancer. Another scammer that springs to mind is Truthy Magoo faking his own death. And of course, we've got Diane's channel, but they can all be in Schitt's tubes too. They'll be outed and run out of Schitt's tubes, just like in the days of yore when the people would rally and banish someone from their village. It's no different. So I'm not going to be a YouTuber that's going to say this community or the broader community, because let's be honest, it's kind of a mashup of several communities that I've frolicked in, and I'm frolicking in more now, and I might end up with subs from some of these other places where I'm having a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, like, God, I've lost over half of the people watching. I'm just choosing to not be the fucking doom and gloom YouTuber. This place has gone to shit. We're all fucked. I'm choosing to be the creator that says, yeah, it's Schitt's tubes, but we all live here. I agree, you don't know me. If you are going to be worried about getting stabbed or shot in the dive bar, best not go there. Exactly. Head to the rooftop gin bar where you won't get stabbed. And you might get drunk on high quality gin, but is that a bad thing? So yeah, for all the creators that keep saying it's gone to shit, how about you stop pointing out the obvious and make a difference? Amen. Yes, ma'am. We don't say that here in Australia, yes, ma'am. It's such a polite thing to say. Although there was a time when I was barely in my 40s and I got called ma'am by, is there anything else I can get you, ma'am, in a restaurant here? And I was like, oh no, is there anything else I can do for you, ma'am? Yes, please stop calling me ma'am. Yeah, exactly. The gin bar, the hooker lounge. I'd be quite happy to go to the little retro disco, to be honest. I wouldn't mind busting a few moves there. I do like a wine bar, a cheeky little wine bar with a central kitchen where you can watch them preparing little appetizers for you to munch on. You're a southerner. Yes, it's very prolific in the south. But also, like my best friend from here married a Marine, and Brian is yes, ma'am, all the time. He's very polite. He's also a rat bag, but he's very polite. So yeah, I'm just choosing to not jump on the this place is fucked bandwagon and go, look, okay, there's a bit of dissension happening, there's a few disagreements going on, we've outed another scammer. There's channels that just want to go live and be nasty about everybody, and like I said, they can stay in the little dive bar. I mean, it might be a high end cocktail lounge there, and I don't know. They can stay there too. It's just not where I'll go, you know. I'll go to the bar where people are sitting around in a beer garden around a fire pot having philosophical conversations about the excitement of buying ginger nuts from Ireland in a little shop in Tasmania. You know, the yes ma'am can. Oh, hello, gorgeous Sandra. How are you? So I think that we should all make an effort when we are in any YouTube channels. If creators are crapping on about how the place has turned to shit, I think we should all be the people saying, look, it is shit's tubes, but we live here and we love it. And warts and all. And nothing's going to change our love for it. Let's go and get petrol and then I'll take you down to my talkie spot. Thought I'll chat for about half an hour. But I just think we can be a bit more positive about it. Like, where are the channel? Like, where are the creators? The creators that keep saying this place has turned to shit never talk about any channels that are, you know, doing good things or inspiring them or making them feel warm and fuzzy or, you know, helping people or teaching people or just sharing their cultures and letting us learn about other cultures while we can't travel. And, you know, like there's so much goodness that goes on this platform too. That why is all the drama defining our shit's tubes township, you know? So I like a bar hop too, Scout. And look, there's always a time in the day where you think, I just want to check in and see what those wackadoos are up to. You know, the batshits, as I call them, all the drama channels, the never ending bitching channels. I like to pop in and they're still talking about the same people and still using the same words to describe those people. And I just think, good. They're all just there. Nothing's changed, bless them. And then I'll skip over to see what Sandra Ruchek's cooking. And then I'll go and watch Kip Boga do some scam baiting. And then I'll put Mike on that chapter and laugh every time he says something bad happened on the 3rd of July. Like, it's fun to bounce around. But I think everyone in Shit's Tubes deserves to be in Shit's Tubes. And yes, it has changed since we arrived. But isn't that a good thing? Like, okay, there's definitely more people used to be a bit snippety in chat now having channels where they've got a platform. and they can be snippety to the masses, but they've evolved. They've gone from being little bitches in chat to being big bitches on their own platforms, you know. It's not my cup of tea, but neither is Mummy Ramblings playing with miniature supermarket things, or Grey Hughes demonstrating his Google Earth skills. Like, there's something for everyone in Schitt's tubes. Yes, there's a lot of negativity, Sandra, and that's why I'm saying let's be the positive ones. For every creator that says this place has gone to shit, we need to be in chat saying, but there's so much good happening too. Or you're sounding like a broken record. What are you actually doing to change it? Because don't you find it ironic that heaps of creators continue to go live complaining about how negative and fucked up YouTube is, but not actually doing anything to change it? It's like they feel like it's their responsibility to point it out, but it's not their responsibility to be the change they're looking for. Val, how are you? Where have you been? What have you been up to? So I say we be the change we want to see, or not even the change, because there is good stuff happening out there. I think we just remind people there's good stuff out there. And I think we say to a few creators, look, you know, you're constantly going live to complain about this joint. You're actually just adding to the negativity. Find something nice to say about something on YouTube, whether you just acknowledge a sub who you love, or a video that you've watched that made you chuckle, or a dish you learned to make, or a language you're learning to speak, whatever. Let me get some petrol. Um, could be only Val and Scout with me now, so if you could just, you know, welcome anyone as they arrive. If there's anyone here when I get back, I'll be amazed. I've gone live talking positivity, and bless you girls, you're hanging out with me. Oh, cool. That sounds like fun, Val. Bless you all for hanging out with me. But yeah, that's another thing. Go live on YouTube, be negative, whingy, and bitchy, and you'll have hundreds of people watching. Try and spread a little sunshine. No one wants to know. All right, I'm getting fuel. I'll be back. It's doubled. It's doubled since I left. Yeah, let's have the G&Ts. We do have a loving family here. Thanks for holding the fort, Groovers. Okay, let's go down to my little spot. I know I'm preaching to the converted, but I just find it interesting that people are so negative about a community that they're part of and just sort of going live constantly criticising it and talking ad nauseum about how fucked up it is now. And sure, it's different. Does it mean it's fucked up? No. Parts of it might be, but as a whole, oh my God, someone just wrote an absolute essay. I will definitely scroll back. I'm heading down to our little quiet spot we like to go to for a little debrief and chat before I keep running errands. I've just got to go to the post office, grab a couple of things to put in a little box to send up to Scotty with the Tasmanian and then the Irish ginger nuts. And then I'm going to go around and see my other friend, Scotty, a different Scotty, this afternoon. But I went and got fuel so that I've got plenty of fuel for work. Only working 2 days this week. I've got a short week because I did 2 3-day weeks in a row and negotiated with my bosses to go up to 3 days a week while I was in Adelaide. But I said to them, can I have a 2-day week next week just to regroup and, you know, celebrate my last 2-day week, which is actually a hard week. It's harder to get everything done. I'm not going to miss it, but I have started to enjoy the 5-day break. So I'm a bit excited about that. Oh, it's Val sharing a recipe. And some of that skillet cookie I made last night down to Scott. He's not really a sweet tooth, but I'm just going to say to him, just warm it up in the oven and put a blob of ice cream on it and enjoy, because it is gooey goodness. And then tomorrow I'm going to cut it up into like little brownie sort of pieces and take it into work. And after lunch, I'm going to heat it up and go around and give everyone a little warm skillet cookie. Oh, with some cream. I better buy some cream. Remind me to get cream. That'd be great, thanks. Special ed. You're back, you little fucker. You said you liked the driving, or somebody did. Well, here we are driving, despite my sensibilities thinking it's not a cool thing to do. Live on the edge, look out. All right, we'll go down to Sandy Point, have a bit of a chat, chinwag, about Schitt's tubes. And I want to see what Val's recipe was too. But yeah, I love Schitt's tubes, and I think people need to stop saying this community's or the wider community of YouTube is fucked, because it's just changing and evolving like an actual community does. And if you don't like something about it, then change it instead of just going live every 5 minutes bitching about it. There's always going to be something to bitch about. I kind of feel like the bitch channels have to keep rehashing the same shit because they're worried there's nothing else to bitch about. There's always something new to bitch about. Surely. I mean, I'm not an experienced bitch, but, you know, there's got to be shit to bitch about. There'll always be a scammer. There'll always be a fuckwit. There'll always be something going on. All right, let me go back on the road again. I want to read Val's recipe. I make a no-bake dessert from stuff I had at the house for the party. Big pan, right? Graham crackers crushed up in the mixer. with melted butter, sugar, and vanilla. Okay, so it's sounding a bit like a cheesecake base at the moment. Um, and then 2 cream cheese, yum. A tub of Cool Whip. We don't got that stuff. You could just whip some cream, right? A tub of vanilla icing. Lemon instant mix. Called it lemon chiffon no bake cheesecake. There you go. Wow. She is trying to make us fat. You don't know me. Whenever you don't know me rocks up in my chat, I'm like, you don't know me at all. And if you don't know Ben Folds, you won't know that song. But you don't know me does. Oh, and some Greek plain yogurt. Nice, nice. I would have just cut through all that sweet stuff beautifully. All right. So, hello, special ed, says Sandra. G'day, Sandra. How the fuck are you? Oh, stop animal cruelty. Hello, I've missed you a lot. Where have you been? I has missed you. 3:30 a.m. Well, thank you for popping in. Oh, hot night. Here it is 13 degrees Celsius. It is pretty gorgeous, Scout. You love that I always sing it. Yay. You don't know me at all. Dun, 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 dun. You don't know me. You don't know me at all. At all. Diddly, diddly, dee. I actually know the girl that song is about. Have I ever told you that? Ben married, his second wife was an Adelaide girl who I knew. Not well, but she was in my gang, in a big gang that I was in. Not like an out in the streets fighting gang, just a gang of people who like to gather and drink together. And when Ben and Frally split up, that was the song that he wrote. You've been back into the... Well, this is it, Val. YouTube offers something for everyone. If people want to go to the channels that just like bitching about people, more power to you. If that's your jam, then hop over there. Enjoy. The clip channels keep me informed on what's happening. It's great to just get a little bit of an update. I'm still intrigued. I want to know if they've evolved, or who they're bitching about. And if they're still bitching about the same people, it's like, oh, cool. They're just doing their usual shit. If there's something new they're talking about, I'm like, wow, this is quirky. But it doesn't make me want to punch walls or anything, like that's their jam. I liken them to like the experimental jazz club, those jazz bars where people just jam without any concept of any song, and it can be a bit sort of clangy and doesn't necessarily always meld. I don't go to that bar because that music's not my jam. But if it was a bit of ADM, I'd be there in a heartbeat. But it's not. It's that kind of discordant jazz that is the only real genre of music I'm not a fan of. So I'll listen to it for a few minutes and I'm like, oh, that's right. I don't like this tune. Or I don't like this channel, But I do think, I know, Gang Gang. I wonder where my little Gang Gang boys are. I haven't seen them for ages. I love my Gang Gang boys. The last time they popped in, they were like, we still want you to join the Discord. I'm like, don't know why these little 25-year-olds and like younger want me in their Discord. I mean, seriously, except to take the piss. I do jazz, but specific types of jazz. So there's an Australian band called the Cat Empire who are considered a jazz band. That's the jazz I do. And there's some jazz like in a smoky bar with people smoking cigars from, like a Humphrey Bogart movie, that kind of era. I don't mind either. I don't mind a bit of that kind of cool cat jazz. But the let's just give everyone an instrument and see what happens jazz, that can go fuck itself. So for me, in the YouTube, in Schitt's Tubes, a little town where we all live, the bitch channels, the gossip channels. Oh, we've got it. Oh no, it's a sheep grazier's warning. It's okay. I don't graze sheep. Um, in Schitt's Tubes, those sort of bitch channels to me are the discord and jazz channels. Some people just it's music to their ears, and other people are like, listening to this is either going to kill brain cells or make me want to punch something. So, I move on. Jazz is quite varied. Um, my tastes have changed in everything as I get older. You're not just music, but food, and I can actually tolerate quite a bit of country music these days because down here, down these parts where I live, some of my fondest friends here, my closest buddies, they're all quite into the country music. Now, I'm not talking like the full on music, the country and western kind of stuff. I'm not really into that. But a bit of Jason Aldean, is it? Or a bit of Keith Urban? I'm there. I'll listen. I don't mind it. I'll give it a crack. But there was a time that I'd be like, don't you play that shit around me. Jazz, however, that discordant jazz, no, it actually does something in my brain and makes me want to run away and hide. You don't know me, naming some of me faves. You're high, so I can't remember. But yeah, Missy Higgins is great. Hunters are great. I'd be keen to know one day we'll have a chat about the Aussie bands that you like. Aussie bands have got a definite vibe. I don't know if you've checked out Pete Murray or not, but he's got a beautiful velvety voice and he sings to your soul. But there's so many great Aussie bands like from AC/DC, and then you've got bands like Crowded House, and yes, I'm sorry, New Zealand, but they are Australian. There are three people in a band and two of them are Australian and one is from New Zealand. It's an Australian band, even though Neil Finn is a fucking genius. Um, oh, you love King and Country. Nice. I was so waiting for that comment, Special Ed. Oh my God. I preempted that because I nearly said it to You Don't Know Me. I nearly said, oh, have you heard Aussie Outlaws tunes? Touche. Yeah, scattered jazz or freeform because I thrive on order. Could be right. You don't know me. I don't mind being psychoanalyzed. If you enjoy cooking and new recipes, okay. Scout, I'm just reading you plugging my channel. Thank you, darling. You set me up, I'll swing at them. I really love In Excess, really early In Excess. I love Ice House when they were Flowers and Ice House. I actually bought tickets to take a friend to see 1927 later in the year, and she's actually an amazing singer. She's in a couple of bands herself. But we're going to pull out her costumes and wear really bad 80s with scrunchies, 80s frocks with with scrunchies. You rode on a tube. You rode on a tube called Big Bertha behind your daughter's boat on the 4th of July. That sounds like a hoot, Val. I have heard of Big Pig. God, that's a blast from the past. I haven't thought about Big Pig for a long time. What a blast from the past. Something you've noticed about smart people? No, I think it's interesting and I think you could be right. I think You Don't Know Me, you have hit the nail on the head. I like that. It makes sense. I am a bit. pedantic. It blows my sister away because I'm more pedantic, and I'm not saying OCD because I haven't been like diagnosed with that, but I am more pedantic than my sister. But then there are other things that I'm quite lax about, and it surprises her. She's like, "Really? That wouldn't bother you?" I'm like, "Nah." But there are other things that I do like. Big Pig's a band, Scout. Your sister-in-law dated the drummer. Oh, really? Nice. My first ever boyfriend was a drummer. He had good rhythm. That's all I'm going to say. On the drums. Don't go there, you dirty bitches. Midnight Oil, I love. Especially, I love a lot of Australian bands. I love their really early stuff. Hoodoo Guru's early stuff was wicked. The only reason I'm a bit funny about the later stuff is because I worked in breakfast radio where we played hits from the 70s, 80s, and today. Because it was, oh no, 90s and today, sorry. It was actually the 2000s I worked there. A lot of that sort of more commercial music I don't like at all. They were supposed to get married. Adrian is his name. Hmm. There's so many good Aussie bands. There's something for everyone. I quite like Boy and Bear. They're a good little band. A bit of background music while you're pottering around the house. Don't mind a bit of their tunage. I love Wolf Mother. If you want a bit of a headbanging session, don't mind a bit of Wolf Mother. Jet. I don't even mind a bit of Rose Tattoo, to be honest. Cold Chisel. Brilliant. Australian Crawl. Sometimes brilliant. When you understood James Rain, which was rarely. But I also love Kids in the Kitchen, like all these sort of 80s Aussie bands. I still get a bit excited if I walk into a shop and Change in Mood comes on the radio. Yeah, Men at Work, who wrote some incredibly good songs. In fact, the lead singer of Men at Work, oh, his name just went in and out of my brain really quickly. I've seen him performing solo at Blues Fest, probably the second last one I went to, or the last one I went to, which would have been 2019. And he's married to this smoking hot Brazilian chick who also performed at Blues Fest. Oh my God, she's a little spitfire. Colin Hay, um, unbelievably good, still to this day. Like, really good and so entertaining, and his wife too. And they did quite a few songs together up on stage. And yeah, she's an absolute little spitfire. Midnight Oil, yeah, love me some Midnight Oil. Oh, Colin, yeah, Colin Hay, yeah, well, came to me before I saw your chat. He's great. He's really fun. Lovely man, and really good on stage. Great voice, and yeah, his wife is just the best. They're a great couple. There's no sound. What? How is there no sound? I've touched nothing. The volume's on full bore. My phone's overheating. That could be the problem. I think my phone's overheating. It's sitting here in the sun. Mm, better drive. You don't know me, can hear me, but the others can't. What the hell? I put the aircon on full bore and I've opened all my windows. My phone's overheating. I keep forgetting I can't park there because it gets too hot. I'm going to go to the post office anyway, so I've got things to do. I just wanted to pop in and say that I love Schitt's tubes. Love me a Schitt's tubes, and there's room for all of us. And you don't have to announce to the entire YouTube world over and over and over again how much you don't like someone. Start talking about the people you love. Encourage other people to explore channels that you find inspiring or funny or heartwarming, creative. And yeah, if there are channels that do just want to talk about people they don't like all the time, well, there's clearly an audience for that, and they can do what they do because it's Shit's tubes, and we all live here. It's where we live, and I think anyone that's having a crack on YouTube, whatever they're doing, good on them for having a go. Whether you're a sub or a creator. Oh, they've got heated yoga. Might have to check my schedule. I'm heading back to the gym this week, guys. Tori is getting it done. I feel like doing a series called This is 50. I won't be able to film myself in the gym, and nor would I, and I'm not 50 either, but I'm talking about the decade of 50s. Just getting out and about and doing some shit, cooking some healthy food. My cooking might go a little bit keto for a while, just warning some of you, if you're not into that shit, you may not want to watch it. I'm so glad I'm home. Sunny's just being so smoochy and cute, clingy. It was nice to come home and she missed me. She didn't want to kill me for abandoning her. That could have happened. I didn't know. It's the first time I left her alone, which wasn't alone, just with my sister. My sister spoiled her rotten, doted on her. Look, some of the channels probably should. What was it? Swipe, wipe, and flush. Yeah, they probably should. But there's room for us all. And we're all a little bit batshit for all being on it anyway. So we've got that in common, right? It's Shit's tubes. It's where we live. Wacky and weird and wonderful all at the same time. I love these retro petrol bowsers on this wall. So have fun out there. The YouTube creators that keep saying it's gone to shit, say to them, well, let's do something fun and positive. See how that goes. But it was lovely for you guys to hang out with me. I did have a cooking live scheduled for tonight, but I'm actually just going to make a video and upload it onto the Shitty Kitty Kitchen because that 4-hour live last night is going to take me forever to edit and pull out the cooking bits. And I haven't put anything up on there for a while. I'm also, when I left home, I downloaded or started to download the next episode of the Soft Six. So keep your eye out on the Smooth Criminal channel podcast for that. I'll do a couple of episodes this week, maybe even 3. And I'm also going to start doing the season 3 of the Smooth Criminal podcast, but that'll be going live on YouTube. I'll be doing a half-hour live, so it's not going to be a really long one. I'll have my 10 or 15 minutes of little stories. They may go for an hour, but I'm hoping they don't because I don't want to be one of those podcasters that makes people listen to me for an hour. It's too long. So somewhere between 20 minutes and 30 minutes is the goal. And then I'm going to convert them to MP3s and upload them into my podcasting platform. So slightly different approach this year with that. Have a beautiful day, whatever you get up to, and yeah, just spread the word where it's shits tubes and there's as much good stuff going on as bad stuff. And we're all here hanging out together, so we might as well love on each other a little bit. But sweet dreams to those of you heading to bed. Good morning to those of you making coffee. And for those of you who see my name on the screen, no, my middle name isn't Rose. It's a play on Schitt's Creek. I've added myself to the Rose family. Until next time, stay groovy, everyone, and goodbye.